All right, what's up, you all? This is Dhananjaya Das coming in from out west right now. I've been doing book distribution for about 3 years nonstop, and I also support myself doing it as well. I've studied with some legendary book distributors from the 70s, 80s, basically every generation of book distributors. In this video, basically, I'm going to cover the 1, 2, 3 steps to book distribution that makes it really easy for anyone to get out there and start doing books. Whether they've been doing books already, it'll help you. And I've learned from people who can go out and make 800 in a day at a festival, or at least this video can help you guys get to a point to where you can go out on the streets, street scene or whatever, for a couple hours and break 100, or hopefully better than just that. So anyways, just 10 more seconds. I'm doing this just for you all. The knowledge is yours, take it. But my humble request is that anyone who wants to help support, I have a link in the video description so you can help by supporting what I do, and to make it easier for me to get out and keep doing books and not have to worry about my existence. So anyways, I'm not going to demand, but I'm more than happy to accept. So without further ado, let's dig right into it. So let's get right into the 1, 2, 3 steps. So what are the 1, 2, 3 steps of book distribution? This is what I've been taught, is that 1, approach the person. A compliment is always great. I always like to do kind of compliments that are also kind of funny, too. It always breaks the ice really nicely and makes people like you. So compliment, approach them. Try not to approach them too late, if they're walking towards you. And then number 2, put the book in their hand, right? So I walk around a lot, but this is also useful for people who do a table as well. Put the book in their hand, and I like to stand where I'm not directly in front of them, but it's almost like you're kind of like side by side with them, like your friends, and it's just the body language really helps a lot with that part. Step 1, approach them, compliment. If you compliment them, they're already thanking you, right? So they already have the mentality of this is good. Depending on where I'm at, some places are a little more, people are a little more puffed up, like big cities and stuff like that. So sometimes for people like that, I kind of shock them a little bit, give them a little bit of a mild insult, Oh, so you think you're cool since you got those old school Chuck Taylors, I don't know, just stuff like that. But it can work, and they actually might like you for it. Hey, yeah, this is someone I can kind of hang with, kind of a thing. All right. So there's the approach. I'll go into more detail on the approach, in the B side of this video. But number 2, put the book in their hand, stand with them, make sure they're taken care of, make sure they're comfortable. You got to drive the conversation, you know what I mean? Don't be overpowering, but don't let there be moments of silence to where they have time to speculate and come up with a reason why they can't do getting a book. So put the book in their hand and sell it. I include this in step 2. Put the book in their hand, tell them why they should get the book. What is the book? They shouldn't be wondering, what is this person doing? I don't know what's going on. That should not be what's happening. They should be comfortable, and they should know what's going on, and you should be driving the conversation, Don't overpower it to where you're like a jerk, but don't be too passive to where they'll start to challenge you or start to demand more of your time to answer questions and this sort of thing. And that's something that I myself reserve for a different platform, which is more doing kirtan programs and cultivating and stuff like that. Then I can spend a little more time with people. So, step 2, put the book in their hand, make sure they got it, tell them what it is. This is books on meditation. I studied as a monk. It's very authentic wisdom. It's really great for whoever you are. Lots of people can get something out of this. And, ancient wisdom, just kind of sell it really quick. Tell them the good things about it, which depends on if it's a single person or if it's a group. Sometimes if there's a group of people, I like to do with couples, I'll be like, are you guys a couple? Oh, you are? Okay, great. Well, anyways, yeah, this is a really good book. Lots of great wisdom. Coming from a higher place. It really brings people together nicely. It'll make your relationship stronger. And you're kind of like selling them on it, especially the girl. Sell the girl on it. And then it's like if she's like down, it's like if the guy doesn't do it, it kind of says that like he doesn't care about the relationship. Or he's cheap or something. That's kind of like a catch-22 method that I've learned from some book distributors. And it works, and it's not overly slimy, maybe borderline, but it works. Anyway, so you sell them on the book, tell them why they need the book. I'm all back to Maharaj, from LA, taught me you got to tell them what will the book do for you, but I keep it short. Typically I keep it pretty short, and you got to adapt for different places. You got to have a different mood, and like for instance, in big cities, sometimes I'll be a little more shocking for people, or just body language. You got to be a little quicker, approach people earlier as they're coming to you. Because if you approach them too late, they're just going to walk right past you like loser. And, it's true. And what's it called? So yeah, I like to do like kind of jokes as like openers, I like dad jokes, especially for family. Hey, I like the nice hairdo, you want to trade? Mine's invisible, sometimes my head's shaved, stuff like that. Oh, I like your purple hair. Did you grow it yourself? Or stuff like that. Or like if there's a family. Oh, you guys all have sandals. Are you guys like a gang or something? You all look pretty similar. Are you all a gang? Should I be scared? And then like even a family will open up to you like that. The good jokes or, compliments for families is a little different. So for a family, you can kind of sell them on like the catch-22 of like their, with their kids. Be like, oh, it looks like you got some nice kids here. How old? Oh, okay, that's great. Be like, yeah, anyways, this stuff is really like wisdom coming from a higher place. It's wholesome knowledge. It's great for families. It'll keep your kids out of trouble. If you practice it, you can be like their guru, their teacher. They'll maybe respect you a little more. And anyways, it instills like, good moral values, wholesome knowledge, really good stuff. Like the whole keeps them out of trouble thing kind of gets them, And then, and it's like if they don't do that, it's almost like they're kind of saying that they don't care about that, So I don't know. So anyways, that kind of helps for families. Let's see, what else do I got? Asking for a donation. So you got to, like keep it short, sell it short. I elaborate a little. I've been elaborating a little much than I normally would, but yeah, you just got to have like the keywords that like sells it, kind of that attitude. And so move into step 3, donation. So, be like, look, they're yours, go ahead and take them with you. People just leave a little donation to help out. Whatever you can do, helps. And then, a lot of times you don't want them to, this is where you really don't want them to stagnate and start to like, come up with an excuse why they can't. Move the conversation forward, So you'd be like, yeah, people just leave a little donation. Be like, oh, sometimes how much is it, or what is a donation? Do you want me to sign up for something? Like, what the heck? But, just tell them, yeah, no, people just donate to me. Oh, I don't have cash. Oh, that's okay. I'm not Amish. I do card, ha ha ha. And then, so yeah, you kind of move them into the direction of getting to donate, not too much pressure, but coax them into it, just people leave a little donation, whatever you can do. And then they take out their wallet. And this is the really important part, is that sometimes I'll name kind of like a little price at first because they're wondering, oh, is this going to be $20, $50? So what am I in for? You know what I mean? How much does he want for these books? I'm like, it's a donation. It's a donation. And then you move them into like, sometimes you got to kind of just say, yeah, people leave a couple bucks for each book. Or people leave a couple dollars for a book, sort of a thing. And in my stack, I have a big book, a medium book, maybe another medium book, and a couple small books, something like that. And, and then, when you hand it, you hand them the stack, sometimes. And when you're handing them the stack, sometimes if it's a little fast-paced of an environment, people want to just take the books and run away with them. So I kind of like do this thing where I'll hold on to the books, and when they're like trying to take it, if they really want the books, they'll turn around and be like, all right, what does this guy want? I'll give him a second. But if they're not serious, typically they'll just, no, thanks, and they'll just walk away with the books, you know what I mean? But yeah, so anyways, they get the books in their hand, blah, blah, blah. Step 2, step 3, donation. So yeah, they get out their wallet. This is the really important part. Sometimes you might want to name a little price at first, which can kind of sell yourself short a little bit, but also can help is if you be a little vague with it. People chip in a little donation for a book, whatever. Sometimes the little thing kind of butters them up to where they can actually donate. Have fun with it, inject some jokes here and there too. That's why I like the I'm not Amish thing with the asking for donation. They like it, they should feel uplifted afterwards, so, they should feel like, even if they didn't get a book, sometimes I end it with the same joke I started with, but seriously though, that's an awesome shirt, we should trade. All right. Yeah. Bye. Kind of a thing. But, or like, no, but seriously though, for real, we should trade hair, like I'm missing some, or whatever, or the compliment you opened up with, because even if they don't get a book, it was like fun for them. They're like, I guess it's not so bad that he took 3 seconds of my life. I'm not that mad about it. So the really important part is you coax them into taking out their wallet or getting out their card or whatever it is, Venmo, and then you name the price. Okay, so we try to get 12 for this set. Each book costs me around, 3 or 4 to get from the publisher and distribute. So, people leave 12 for a set, but do the best you can, and, you can pick up a couple of them. And a lot of times, they'll do that, or they'll do 15 or 20. Oh, don't worry about it, which is sweet, that's why 12 is a good amount to ask for. But if they do 5 or a couple bucks or whatever, just be like, oh yeah, you can pick a couple of them or pick 2. I do that, and typically people they're fine with that. And then also leaving them a little bonus at the end is like, oh my god, like they'll love you forever if you give them like a little, like I sometimes get these little like free packets of incense kind of a thing. You give them a little incense, give them a cookie, prasadam distribution, give them another book, whatever it is, it's got to be something kind of desirable, but like, even if it's not, it's like they will think you are the best person in the world if you just give them a little extra thing that wasn't even negotiated after the fact that after the transaction is complete, and keep change on you, to break bigger bills and stuff like that, especially at festivals. And what else? Leave them on a good note, repeat their thing. Some people are a little more interested, and I'll keep in touch with those people online or, whatever, and then they'll ask questions. And some people have gotten pretty serious actually through that and, are interested in joining temples and this and that, which is cool. So yeah, anyways, there's like that's the basic 1, 2, 3, 1, approach the person, 2, put the book in their hand, tell them what it is so they're not wondering, sell it. And 3, ask for the donation. And if you can do that, you can do that at a table, which I honestly, I never really do a table. I always walk around with like a side bag or backpack or whatever. And so anyways, I guess we'll move into more of like the kind of the B-roll of this video of more kind of like, field recordings of some stuff I've kind of, remembered. And, hopefully it'll be some good nuggets for you guys. And, again, I'm giving you this knowledge. If you want to help me out, the link's there. And hopefully this can help you do better on books. If you found this video helpful, please check out side B as well, which was taken from some field recordings while I was on books. It covers the 1, 2, 3s in a little more detail, so you can click the link I have here. So with step 1, there's all sorts of different openers you can do.